Hey everybody, it's Jonathan with BNC Retrievers. I want to formally introduce you to the BNC Retrievers Training Podcast. We're going to be doing this about once a week, and on your ride into work in the mornings or your ride home in the afternoons, tune in and check out the various topics we'll be talking about. For one, we're going to be talking about duck dog or hunt and retriever training, but we'll be talking about other stuff as well in the duck hunting and waterfowl hunting world, as well as other topics, turkey hunting, deer hunting, fishing, stuff like that. Like I said, this is just meant to, pass the time on your way into work and on the way home from work, or just any downtime you have. But just to kind of formally introduce us, my name is Jonathan with BNC Retrievers. Like I said, I'm the co-owner. And what started out is a few years ago, after getting our first hunting dogs, after buying our dogs that we got, Court got a black lab named Emma, and I got a Boykin Spaniel named Murphy. After spending some money on these dogs, we were broke, and we didn't have the money to send them off to formal trainers like Chris Aiken, Freddie King, the Wild Rose Gun Dog Academy, and stuff like that. So we were pretty much left with doing it ourselves. And after, scouring the internet for various videos, gun dog articles, training articles, stuff like that, we did it ourselves, and after our first season, we had a pretty good season. The dogs didn't pick up a lot of birds, but that was mostly our fault because we were kind of hunting in a bad spot. But I think we've got a pretty good little program that we do that we use ourselves. And I kind of wanted to make this podcast for the people that are or were in the same boat as us. And that is, you've bought a dog and you don't want to send it off to a professional trainer. You want to do it yourself. So we're going to be talking about things that worked for us and what didn't work for us, and what we do during the off season and stuff like that. Now, if you want to send your dog off to a professional trainer, by all means do it. But if you've got the time and the patience to do it, I strongly encourage you to do it. I think it builds you both up into, builds your dog into a what he was bred to do, retrieve down to game, and it also builds you up because you're being a teacher and you're responsible. It teaches you patience, it teaches you responsibility and stuff like that, and you've got the commitment to do it. By all means, do it. Hunting dogs are not cheap. A quality. In today's market, they'll tell you that a quality, dog will run you over $500. I kind of sometimes disagree with that. I think dogs can be, rescue dogs, free dogs can be great hunting companions as well. However, if you're going to go for a proven pedigree and stuff like that, you're going to be over $500, not including the vet bills that you're going to spend, and then training tools and stuff like that, bumpers, collars, stuff like that. What's interesting about, me and Court, the other co-owner of the company, is that we train dogs completely different. He does not use a collar. He kind of uses the Wild Rose way, without collars. And I do use a collar, so you'll be getting, both of our inputs on training from those angles as well. But, they both work. Emma, Court's dog, is a great dog, and, Tucker, my newest lab, is, progressing along just great as well. So you'll be getting two different points of view on that aspect, but for the most part, we see pretty much eye to eye on the same thing, and we do things the same. So, like I said, this is going to be a short and sweet podcast. Just kind of introducing. We'll do one later this week as well. But I was just sitting here, and for one, let's talk about that though. If you're in the market, or you just got a dog, you're going to find out that they're not cheap. Like I said, dogs, Labradors, Boykin Spaniels, German Shorthair Pointers, etc., are going to run you a pretty good penny. So you're going to be out a few $100s, more than a few $100s off the initial purchase. Then you've got things like AKC registration. The vet bills alone cost me close to, $400 or $500 by themselves, getting their shots, vet checks, stuff like that. So right out of the gate, within the first month or 2 months of owning your dog, you're going to be out over $1,000, just estimation, give or take a couple $100. But with food and, crates, stuff like that, you're going to be out of about $1,000 to $2,000. So prepare for that financially. And if you're going to do it on your own, then you've got to look down the road at, food, quality food, flea and tick prevention, heartworm prevention, training tools, bumpers, a collar, maybe a dog platform, leashes, check cords, stuff like that. So be prepared to spend money. You're definitely going to save money doing it yourself because you're not going to spend the $700 to $800 it costs to send a dog off to a professional trainer. But you're out the gate, you're going to be out some money. So as you're looking into getting a hunting companion that's going to be there in the duck blind or the duck pit, just know that you're going to be out some money. And I think most people are aware of that. I think the vet bills, though, for me, the vet bills threw me. There's one, I think it's the third or fourth round of shots. It cost me a couple $100 because you get they push the flea and tick prevention collar, Resto collar, so that's $70, and then the shots and the vet check and stuff like that, will push it to a couple $100. If you got another place that you go that doesn't charge that much, hey, good for you. But for me, it was pricey the first few months. Like I said, though, you know what you're getting into. You should know. And if you don't, now you do know. So, other than that, it's going to take patience. It's going to take commitment. There's going to be times where you want to just quit and stop, but don't. I urge you not to. I urge you to keep on keeping on, like Joe Dirt says, and stick it out. So, like I said, stay tuned. Later in the week, we'll be talking about our first topic. Please go give us a like and a follow on the Instagram. Also, submit your training questions and tips. That's where most of our stuff's going to be coming from the listeners. So if you have any questions, any topics you want to talk about, please direct message us on Instagram. We're on Facebook as well if you want to message us there. BNC Retrievers, or on Instagram, it's BC Retrievers. Thanks for listening, guys.